You're speaking to Paula. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, my name is Nick. I'm a Tier 3 Supervisor Support Specialist.
Okay.
I was speaking to Tyler, and he gave me your account information, and he said you wanted to speak with a supervisor regarding some issues.
Right. I would, the short thing is I would like to get back online with my laptop computer. I've got a password. I know the word is correct, and, it works on my other computer. And when I upgraded to Safari, and I was very, very careful not to check the boxes to have Apple remember it, because I'm having an egregious theft of intellectual property, including an email to a federal judge regarding my public access daily show that was taken down without a hearing, and that email is missing, and many, many other peculiar problems. So this time I followed all the rules. I dotted every I crossed every T. I read the entire Apple agreement, and in that agreement I came across this information that there's a U.S. Treasury Department list of specially designated nationals and a U.S. Commerce Department's denied persons list or entity list or any other restricted party list, which makes me realize that this Wi-Fi problem is a very big problem, and Apple is claiming, I said, I have a feeling that I would get online if I clicked the box to say, you want to remember this password. But for the sake of privacy, I would rather retype in the password every time I go online than to have Apple remember it. So now Apple is swearing that they're not the reason that I'm not able to get online. They're telling me that I have to go through the service provider. So this password was given to me. I've already given to Tyler the telephone number of the man who gave it to me, and I hesitate to get out. Actually, I don't want to give out any more sensitive information because Tyler couldn't give me his last name, and I suspect corporate policy disallows you from giving out your last name, which means I can't verify that you're an actual agent for Spectrum. And I've already given you enough information for you to verify who I am.
But you did call into us. We didn't call you, so it's not like we're a scam company or anything like that trying to. That's
true. What's your name again?
My name is Nick.
Nick. No, that's very true, Nick, and I appreciate that. But almost every day I get those kinds of calls, and every time I ask, upon whose authority did you even get this number? Because I don't even want to be put on a list for them not to call me, because that gives consent that it was okay that they called me. So I'm very glad that you brought that up, because that's another very annoying feature. And on this other computer I have floods of scam emails coming into my email account, earthlink.net, and I'm told by the library director, who's trying to work with both Spectrum and Earthlink to get at the source of the problem, why I can't get a direct connection to woodstock.org, which is the library's website. I have to go through a third-party Gmail account, email address. So you see, Nick, these are very big problems.
Absolutely. I mean, we do want to get down to the bottom of it and get you back up and running as you want it.
But I want to get. But Nick, no offense, I really want to play it this way because I'm creating a record for my protection and my audience's protection. The public is not being adequately served. If you go down to the police, they don't know how to do it. There's no relief you can get, and that's why I have given you the telephone number of the man, the living, breathing soul who gave me this password. I'm a woman. You can see I've been persistent on this. And I would like to get my laptop up and running. But if I can't, I've already got enough recordings that I can seek relief for even bigger problems than the laptop not going online. At this point, the laptop is my evidence that I'm being bounced between Apple and Spectrum, because Spectrum wants always more and more information, and I don't want to give it up as if it's my information, or get the person who got it to me in any kind of trouble with his intellectual property, because the account number is not his number. It was given to him. It belongs, I believe, according to my research, I believe it belongs to the Crown Corporation. But if you're creating valuable content, 5 million hit YouTube account, and you don't own any of your property, you experience a lot of abuse, which I certainly have, and I could never understand why. Now I'm beginning to understand why. And that's why this is so critical for me. I certainly don't mean to torture you, but I know you have a flow list, of questions you have to answer, and until you get the answers to those questions, you can't give me relief. But if you can't give me relief, then I'll just go back to Apple, because what I really want to know, even, I would sacrifice this whole laptop just to find out if I'm on this specially these designated lists that seems to discriminate against me. That's what I really want, and I certainly know you can't help me on that. But if you can't get me up and running with already too much information, I feel, for you to know who I am, then I can most certainly go back to Apple and tell them, okay, what's the next step for me to find out about these specially designated lists? That's, and if I can't get relief from Apple, then I'll go to the library, because I feel I can also start to help them on their problem. Basically, you've got a library board, and you've got certain unscrupulous shareholders who are manipulating the theft of intellectual property and the theft of data in such a way that huge profits are going to be made by a few shareholders at the expense of the public's welfare. So I think I've given you enough on your tape recorder to kick it up one step to whoever. I really am tired of talking to lawyers, because the lawyers are protected by the bar. They're not really representatives. They're not really agents of the corporations, Apple or Spectrum or whatever.
Well, we can help you out as best as possible. The only drawback that we have on our side here is to help you out, we do need to verify the name and the address that's currently on the account.
Well, why don't you call up that telephone number and ask them? That would be that wouldn't be any type of form of verification. That we do need to have it, come from you. We also need the account number on the account if you would like us to release any information regarding the network name and password to you over the phone. You mean if I give the password that he gave me?
Well, I would need the full address on the account, the name on the account, as well as the account number, if you have that available. It's not the password, it's the account number that was assigned to this account.
I can get all that information, but I don't want to get all that information. Do you for all of the reasons I've already said?
Right.
Because what that does is that gets involved in corporate policies. Like, you have a policy not to give out your last name, so you're not giving it out. I have a self-assigned policy not to create any pressure for people that are living in my community. And there are these lists. So I'm willing to step in deeper to all of this for me, but I don't feel I should be taking anybody else deeper into this.
Well, there would be nothing else that we would be able to do. We have no idea. This account, you gave us the account phone number. We pulled up an account without verification. We don't know if you know who this account owner is. We can't release any information regarding this.
But that's what I'm saying, Nick. All you have to do is call the telephone number.
It's not something that we would have to do.
Okay, thank you. I've got the information I need. Thank you.
No problem. Have a
Bye.
good day.